Hi everybody, welcome back to Stamping School. I have not done a Post-it note holder in years. It's been a really long time. In fact, I just recently ran across this going through some old swaps. You guys, this has got to be, I don't know, at least 10. Look at the edges we used to do. We used to distress the edges. This has got to be probably 15 years old, this cute little thing. And I kept it. So I thought this birdhouse set, which is coming out in the new annual catalog, May 1st, which is coming up very quickly. You'll find it on page 49. And I thought it would just make a really cute gift idea. So obviously you can do this with any kind of paper you want, but I'm going to use the Country Suite. I think it's called Country Woods. All right, so it's got all these really great distressed papers, like wood grains, 12 by 12. Are they fun? They're so cool. I love it. That rustic barn wood. And then there's a stamp set, the birdhouse stamp set, and then there are dies, and there's a lot of dies here. So the stamp set has the bird and flowers and the birdhouse and all these cute little things, little wood grain, little chain. It's got all that you can use with the stamp set. And then the dies make the birdhouse. So there's the really big one that will cut out the house if you stamp it, or you can just cut it out like I'm going to do today. There is a round circle that cuts out for the hole for the bird. There's the bird and flowers, and there's a cute little bow hanging down. There's a stand, so you can do it like this or you can do it like that. So either one to put your birdhouse on, a post. And there's the bottom of the birdhouse and leaves and flowers. It's a really nice bundle. I think the bundle, which is the stamps and the dies, are $46.75 maybe. So it's a nice big set. So this starts on May 1st, and you can call me, email me, place your orders online. I will be around. A lot of my fellow demo friends are in Mexico on the incentive trip, and Matt and I decided not to do it this year. We just stayed home. So I'll be around if you want to place your order. So this whole thing is really based on your Post-it note size, which is a pretty average 3 by 3, and usually a 1/2 inch on the bottom. Now this one is a little longer because I wanted to put that birdhouse there. So let me show you what this looks like. This is just on white so you can see. You're going to start with 3 1/4 by 11, and then you're going to score 1 inch, and then 5 1/4, and then 5 3/4, and that's so that you have that little fold in the bottom for the Post-it notes, and then at 10 inches. So you're going to have a 1 inch flap on each side. So it's a little different than I did years ago. This it looks like I did 2 pieces of paper, and they're kind of coming apart, and I was trying to hide the brads and the ribbons. So we're going to do something different to make it a little bit easier for the ribbon handles. So that's it. 3 1/4 by 11, 1 inch on each end, and then you got 5 1/4 and 5 3/4. So I'm starting with espresso, so it's going to look something like this. Okay. Now it can open this way, and you don't have to have handles on it. You can really do anything you want. They make great little gifts. We also used to put a little pen in there. You know, you can do all sorts of things. So I took a couple panels of this Country Woods. And these are 3 inches by 4 inches. And so they layer right on there, and it makes good use of 12 by 12 paper. You don't have to do the back, but I did. I always think they're going to turn it over. All right, now for the ribbons, for the little handles. So this is going to tuck down like that. Okay, so these are going to tuck down and hold our ribbons. So what I'm doing, I'm going to put these 2 ends together and take a white pen, or I'm doing a silver Sharpie, come in about a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. Just make sure they're the same on each end, right there. And make your little marks, just little marks, right, just like that. You could measure it if you want to. some kind of a hole punch. I am doing 1/8 inch handheld punch. And we're just punching right back over those marks. Like that. There. Now, you need some good strong tape. I'm just going to use this. You can use your tear and tape or whatever, but you're going to put it a little bit below the holes and a little bit above, because we're going to sandwich that ribbon in between that and close it. Now, on my first one right here, I did a new color that we have. This one is called Basic Beige. So they retired Sahara Sand and they brought out Basic Beige. And it's really pretty, actually. And I think it's supposed to take the place and more of a modern vanilla. So it's a little, to me, it's darker than vanilla, but I really like it. And I love the ink pad color. You can see the difference between Sahara Sand, which if you still have that, they go really well together. Tip Top Taupe and Crumb Cake, you see how different they are. So it's going to be good. And they actually have the ribbon to match too. It's very pretty. So I would add that to your order on May 1st. I think it's a good one. We don't have anything else like it. But on this one, I think I'm going to change it a little bit. And I'm going to do this pretty summer splash ribbon instead and see how that looks. About 8 inches, 2 pieces, exactly the same length. I'm going to go through this hole and glue it down. And you just don't want to go past this ledge, okay? And then just bring this around, squeeze it through the hole. You can cut a little point to it if that makes it easier, but it goes through pretty, not too bad. Okay, stick it down and then fold it. So that's going to cover that up. You don't have to have brads or anything else like that. All right. So it goes with that right there. It's pretty. Same thing on the other side. Good amount of glue. There we go, up there. Now I use the tear and tape, like the old sticky strip on this one, and I think this holds just as well. I think it's holding nicely. And as long as it's close and you don't have anything sticking out, like this one. So there's the basic bones of it right there. That's it. You can go this way, you can go this way, you can make a flap here, they're so easy and they're great little gifts. All right, let's do this birdhouse. And by the way, let me show you on the Post-it notes, on the back there's usually some kind of a backing here. I take that off so it's sticky. And then I stick that right there. And I close it up. And these white ones, I buy them in bulk on Amazon, but you might be able to find them in the office store. So I made a few mistakes on this one. One is that I put the hole down too low. I was trying to make sure he could get in okay, but he's got a little step right there. So I cut this out of the designer paper. And the other thing I didn't like is that I felt like this was too dark. This was the designer paper, so I thought, well, I'm gonna change it out to this one. I really love the blue and I love the yellow bird. This bird is actually a warbler. Let me get it up close, you can kind of see. I think I did pretty good on the coloring on him. I love a yellow bird. And I love yellow and blue together. So the dies cut all of these out nicely. I'm actually gonna put the glue here. Now to glue all this on, I'm just gonna put a little bit of liquid glue here. I love that all these pieces fit together. I don't have to think about it. And then there's this cute little scallop that can go right underneath it. Right there. Isn't that cute? And there's a stamp. If you want to stamp them, look at this. There's this cute little stamp. I can stamp that. I'm gonna do that in the petal pink because it's so cute. Thank goodness they're in photopolymer so we can actually see what we're doing. Ooh, went a little low on that one. If you wanted to make a cute little border, look at this. This is a little tiny piece that cuts too. We'll stick that right there on the seam. Oh, so cute. All right. Now we have to make sure when we put it on here that you can't see through the back, right? Because it looks funny. So on the back here, I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals and then a piece of that wood. So it'll look like that's what it's made out of. So there's like a little, but there's a little shadow there, which is nice. All right, it's coming together. Right. Dimensionals on the back. And here we go. To color the bird, I stamped him in early espresso. And then I used my dark daffodil first and sort of scribbled, added a little bit of yellow in all around. If you do a scribble, you're leaving a little bit of white in there, which sort of makes it look a little bit more realistic. And just a few little strokes of this. And then I went back in with the wheat, and that's like the perfect color. The dark wheat adds his texture for the wings for the warbler. And his tail, a little bit on the tail. And to make him look even more realistic, dot him. Put a few little, I'm only using the bullet tip, and dot his belly. Makes such a difference. And his beak. And his little feet. So the dies will cut that out. And then we can just decorate with flowers or whatever. Let me show you how to do the tag. Now we can decorate this up. Here is the summer splash with the leaves. And a cute little petal pink flower to kind of match this up here and match that. If you want to put another flower around. Now this little tag has the hello friend, and I'm just going to make a little tag out of it. Going to punch my hole, same one that I used before, and just trim off the sides. Make a little tag, and that we can tie on. Now if you brought this down like on this one, you might have room to stamp the hello friend here, or you could stamp something here. It also has like a little happy birthday. You could put happy birthday right across here if you're doing a card. I'm just going to do some twine. So I'm put in half, make a loop like we do for a tag, just like that. And then wrap this around one of the ribbons and tie it on. I'm going to make some more of these. I think these are so fun for birthday gifts. For just that little something something when you want to do more than a card, but you want to give them something, but you don't want to go shopping. This is perfect. Oh, I love it. And I actually really like the summer splash better, but I love that pop of that color. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go make one. We'll see you next time. See it, learn it, stamp it.